If you use Spotify as an app, I've been watching this really cool new show on an OTT platform, which is all about the story of Spotify. How did a bunch of founders in Sweden put it all together and take it to the world, to take on all the other music streaming apps of that time in 2006? But there are several Spotify sensations and streaming music sensations here in India. I caught up with one of the best musical talents of our time at the India Today Conclave in Mumbai. Here's a very special slice of that conversation.
Another thing when you get famous, and especially in this social media world that we live in, where streaming culture is so popular, another thing that technology seems to do is that it's a double-edged sword. Often, when you're getting famous, you got to deal with the critics, not so constructive, so to speak, and the trolls. I'm guessing you've had your fair share of that as well?
Yeah, I mean, you barely find any critics anymore. Critics aren't that bad. Trolls are bad because it's pretty meaningless stuff. And yeah, it happens all the time, man. You just have to like tune it out and get used to it, I guess.
So have there been specific instances where it's really bogged you down? Because we always say that, you know, I'm bulletproof like Sia, but at the end of the day, you got to also know how to overcome it. If there's any sort of advice that you can give a lot of the young people watching who have to deal with this, even if they're micro-influencers nowadays, it can be quite bogging down.
Yeah, you know, it's just getting worse actually, I feel like, because I'm one of the first generation of artists and stuff who had social media, because I did this through the early 2010s, and that's when really Instagram started and stuff, right? So back then there were really no trolls. It was mostly like friends and friends and friends of friends, and you know, it was a pretty close-knit community, so to speak, in the beginning. So it was mostly just good stuff, you know. And then now it's really become this thing where there's tons and tons of trolls, and I don't know. I don't know how to deal with it, honestly. I think I've just could become immune to it now because it's been happening for 4 or 5 years now, you know, since I've started noticing. Like the first time I got any sort of popularity, it started happening. When I was not very popular, it didn't happen because I had a really small group of fans and everybody was super nice, you know. But eventually, I think I want to say with like Tum Jab Paas, which was like one early hit, it started happening. Kho Gayam Kahan, you know.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.